Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Let's get started to learn some Chinese. So today we're going to talk about some major cities in China. There are 4 municipalities in China, which means they are cities, but the kind of equivalent to a province, which is just like a state in America. They're just like Washington, D.C., District of Columbia. They are special district, a special city. So among them, the first one will be Beijing. I guess every one of you knows Beijing, but do you really know the meaning of it? Actually, it's super simple. Beijing literally means northern capital. Yes, of course, there's one in the south, which is called Tianjin, the southern capital. Both of these two cities served as the capital for different dynasties. But this one, Beijing, has been the capital for China over 90% of times for the last 500 years. The next one is Shanghai. Literally, Shanghai means up the ocean, and if you just reverse it, it means above the ocean. Shanghai is the economic capital of China. It's somewhat like New York City in America, and Shanghai has been locking down since February. It just reopened very recently. It's a great city. It's the window for the country. It's diverse, so basically what you'll be looking for, you can get in Shanghai. The next one is called Tianjin. It's very close to Beijing. Literally, Tian means the heaven, the sky, and Jin is a port. I don't know how Tianjin got its name, but I guess maybe possibly it's because Beijing is the sky because it's the capital, and Tianjin is close to Beijing, and Tianjin served as the port for Beijing. That's why it's called the sky port. Well, I haven't done research for that part. It was just my guessing. But actually, this is a fun way to learn Chinese, guessing with the meaning behind it. The last one would be Chongqing, which literally means double celebration. It used to be part of Sichuan province. It became an independent city after the year 1997. They're right next to each other, just like Spain and Portugal. And the size of the city is worth to mention because it's the biggest one in China. Sichuan province is as big as Spain, while Chongqing, the city alone, is as big as Portugal. So these are the 4 municipalities of China. Many cities has a name that can trace all the way back to 1,000 years ago. So the names for Chinese cities is not just a symbol. Usually it carries all the history of this area, how it grew from a tiny village to a great city. And I think that's the coolest part of Chinese culture, because you can still read the words from your ancestors a couple thousand years ago. And this is unique. Think about the Mesopotamia. The cuneiform, it only became readable after 19th century, and for the Egyptians, it was translated by the French through the Greek language. There were people living on that land over 1,000 years, but the culture is completely different. Only China has a consistent, long history. I guess that's one of the reasons that we might want to learn the Chinese history as the entire human race, because in order to know where we're going, we have to know that where we came from. Alright, let's do a little bit recap. We introduced 4 municipalities in China. First of all, it's the northern capital, which is Beijing. Second one, on the ocean, Shanghai. The third one, the heaven port, Tianjin. And the last one, double celebration, Chongqing. I hope you enjoyed the class, and I hope you like the way of learning, not from a tedious textbook. It's not that you have to memorize a lot. Instead, you learn from your daily life. Let me know if you have any comments or suggestions. Thank you, and see you next time.